Hey guys, so I found something that was relatively interesting. I know we all remember the aircraft that was acquired through Solid Rock Church. This was in May of this year when it was finalized with its registration. Now, when you look it up now, you will see that another owner, this FERX LLC, is now in ownership and has registered the aircraft. And this was on September the 11th of this year, just not too long ago. So that was relatively quick. That means that Solid Rock only had the aircraft for just over 4 months time. Now, this could mean that Solid Rock sold the aircraft to this LLC company because they needed the funds, but I'm about to show you guys something very interesting. So we're going to get to that very interesting thing in just a second, but I also want to show you something very peculiar. Now, here is the flight craft, and you will see that this plane was in the air very, very recently, November the 4th. Here's the flight path that it took. And not only was this plane in the air once, but actually a total of 3 times on November the 4th on Monday. We got 9:38 a.m., 1:25 p.m., and 3:40 p.m. So I find that very strange, very peculiar that all of a sudden this plane is in the air. Also, you will see that on November the 2nd, Halloween, October, there were all flights right around this day of November the 1st, which is when the FBI chose to raid John Paul Miller's residence. This to me is very peculiar. And now let's take a look at this. Now let's get back to the new owner of this aircraft, which is FERX LLC, which the aircraft is now registered to. And you see this is based out of South Carolina, LLC, that you can look up. Okay, anybody can go online and look this up. So this is Incorporated State, South Carolina. Here is very interesting. It says important dates, effective date, August 22nd of this year, 2024. Very, very recently that this LLC seems to be made. The filing was August the 22nd, 2024. So essentially what this appears to mean is that this LLC was filed and created just days really before the aircraft was transferred over to this LLC. You're talking August 22nd, and then the registration date for the aircraft is September the 11th. So this almost seems or gives the appearance that this LLC was created almost on solely behalf of registering the aircraft to this LLC to get it possibly out of the name of Solid Rock Ministries. Now here's where things get a little bit more interesting. If we look back on the information with the aircraft and the registration, the registered agent is listed as Mark C. Kaufman. If you look into Mark C. Kaufman, which is based out of South Carolina, currently lives in South Carolina now, you will see most recent tenant is Mark Kaufman, and it does give the address, even though I omitted that part of the information. And it says past residents include Mary, Ronald, and here we see John Miller. Interesting. So John Miller has been associated with this address that now Mark C. Kaufman is associated with. And here you will see, if you scroll down, this is John Paul Miller, because it says John Paul Miller, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, age 45. It lists his full name and his current home address now. So like I said, this information is listed under Mark C. Kaufman's profile. When you look up him registered under his current address, And it even updated John Paul Miller's address to the Coldwater Circle. So we know this information to be accurate and to be correct. Now, can I say this is 100% that they know each other? No, but this is very suspicious, very plausible. I think we can draw a conclusion that they definitely know each other. I'm not familiar with the name Mark C. Kaufman. If anybody else is, please let me know in the comment section below. But I just found this interesting because this was not just selling for assets for money. This was just basically, it almost appears that trying to hide it under somebody else's name while John Paul Miller still has access to it. And this is important because the aircraft has been active very recently during the raid. So what do you guys think?
Not my cup of tea.